Hi, I'm Brianna.
And I'm Akira.
And you're watching
Dante's Boxing Nation.
May contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Hey yo, check this out, this is Flavor Flav, and if you want the whole truth, and nothing but the whole truth, so help the whole truth. Hey yo, you better listen to Dante, baby. Dante!
What's going on, y'all? And welcome to another edition of the Dante's Boxing Nation Show. I am your host, Dante, and we've been going for a while, but we're about to bring y'all into the new year, 2015, baby, in full EFFECT, other known as Effect, baby. But the first thing I want to do is introduce my man in the studio with me right here. My co-host right here. Check it out. Norin, a rebel in his own mind. Supporter of my rhyme, designed to scatter a line of deep cats when I do crime. They on my time, kick it.
Hey, yo, D-man, these decaps can't handle the truth. They breaking down, son. You got them running scared, son.
All day, baby, all day. And let me go and introduce all my guests online. First in the row, baby. So that right there was just a little bit of a blast from the past. That was an intro that I did at the beginning of the year with my boy Norin Radical. Shouts out to Norin Radical. He out there doing this thing in New York right now. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. What's going on, guys? And welcome to another great edition of the Dante's Boxing Nation Show. It's been a long time, man, but we are back. Let me first go ahead and introduce my boxing panel as always. First up is my man Boxing Ego. You guys can check out his new website, boxingego.com. What's going on, Boxing Ego?
What's up? Let's get it in, man. Ready to talk some boxing.
That's what it is. And we also got my writer, my girl, Miss Boxing Baby, repping New Jersey. Check out her articles on nationboxing.com. What's going on, Miss Boxing Baby?
What's going on with you?
All right, we got my man AK, Arab King. Check out his YouTube channel, one of the best channels out there, speaking the truth. What up, AK?
What up, we back.
All right, we back, certainly. And last but not least, the lightweight champion in the building, or on the phone at least, is my man Mickey Bay. What's going on, Mickey Bay?
What's up? What's going on?
All right, y'all. Welcome to the show. I thank you guys for all joining as always, especially my man Mickey Bay. First things first, I want to say, like I said, yeah, it's been a long time. You know, we want to apologize to all the fans that rely on watching the show every week. I got a lot of your support, a lot of people sending messages. Where's the show? We've been extremely busy the last 2 weeks. I've been going back and forth to California, covering the Mares-Santa Cruz fight. Then this whole week I was covering the Mayweather-Berto fight, so I didn't have time to do the show or even my commentary video. So starting this week, you can expect to see all of that stuff, coming up on my YouTube channel, and you can expect to see some more Dante Boxing Nation Radio. All right, so anyway, let's get into it, guys. It's a lot of stuff to talk about and cover. Before we talk about the historic, 49-0 record that Floyd Mayweather, about to say Manny Pacquiao, that Floyd Mayweather just reached that little milestone. We'll talk about that later on. Let's talk about the fights that led up to that before we even get into the undercard. Let's talk about Jamal Charlo actually knocking out Cornelius Bundrage. I thought this was an impressive win, man, because speaking of the fact that, just thinking about the fact that K9, he had just beat, I believe it was Carlos Molina. We already know what he did to Corey Spinks twice, and no one had really dominated him like this. Your boy Jamal Charlo, he just steamrolled him. So I thought that was impressive, and hopefully people won't be afraid to get in the ring with Jamal Charlo. I mean, what did you think about that? Mickey Bay, did you even get a chance to check that out?
Yeah, I checked it out.
What did you think about his performance?
I thought it was a great performance. To me, he just seemed to be steadily improving. And, I actually was funny when I told people they look at me crazy. We fought with each other all the time because I used to live in Houston.
Oh, really?
And you know how it is when a guy a little younger. He a good a few years younger than me, so he was young. I had the experience there, even though he was bigger, so we used to spar together a lot. And I'm proud of both of them, man, because they stuck with it, and both of them got a lot better. But I mean, he looked real good, like you said. K-Don is a hard guy to knock out.
Yeah,
he's a veteran. He's durable, and for him to beat him in that fashion, he definitely made a statement. Like, it's some fights I already want to see him in, that I think would be good fights.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Boxing Ego, do you think that the Charlo brothers, after a performance like that, I know that's just one of the half, but do you think they're going to be some of the most avoided fighters out there, like some other fighters that we're going to mention later on in the show, Boxing Ego?
Yeah, like I agree with Mickey. I like what I've seen. He looked fresh, he looked energetic, and he looked hungry. I mean, Lions only. So salute to him and his brother. And the good thing is, I like that the fact that they're twins. I think they kind of motivate each other to push each other. And like you heard the brother post fight, he was saying like, "Oh, I started boxing a year before him, and he started boxing a year later, and he's a champion before me, so it just motivates me." So I like that little camaraderie they got, the brotherhood, because they're real brothers and twins. So I just think they're close, and the fact that they fight in the same division, they're gonna help. They're not gonna fight each other, but they're gonna help each other stay in the gym, stay motivated, and keep them slacking. But K9, some people are gonna hate, like, oh, he's 41 years old. But he's a champion. Anytime you're a challenger and you stop the champion, knock him down, I mean, if it's not a paper champion, because he beat the shit out of Carlos Molina.
Mm-hmm.
And Carlos Molina is a guy that's hard to do good against.
Yeah.
Did his thing against Carlos Molina, so don't get it twisted. Carlos Molina versus Edeslandi Lara was a controversial fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that K9 was dogging Carlos Molina, and then he got dogged by CHARLO, I think it is a huge statement.
Absolutely. So, Miss Boxing Baby, do you think that the CHARLO brothers, or anybody on that level, even Julian Williams, do you think they're going to get a shot at Canelo Alvarez? Or, I mean, well, assuming Canelo wins the Cotto fight, do you think he's going to fight any of these guys, Canelo?
Yeah. One thing I have to say about Canelo, I don't think that's anybody. I mean, you can tell by his resume, he fought whoever they put in front of him.
Well, he didn't fight Demetrius Andrade. He didn't fight Demetrius Andrade. But
well, the only thing, not to cut y'all off, he's a golden boy, so that ain't gonna work because I don't have any golden boy.
That's a good point, Mickey. That's a good point.
That could be political. But I see him fighting one of them. And my thing is, he looked great. I like those two. They remind me of the Crisco boys. Hopefully, they can reign as long, even longer. But if the money's right, I don't see why anybody wouldn't fight him. Why not? He's champions, money there. Do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and.
I'll tell you a fight I want to see him in. I'll tell you a fight, not right now, but about a year from now, I'd like to see him fight Golovkin at middleweight.
That would be a good fight. That would be. The Charlo, you talking about the Charlo brothers? Yeah.
I can see one of them, being the one to, get them some problems down at that weight.
Yeah, I mean, and you like I said, you got Julius Williams. You got, Julian Williams. You got Demetrius Andrade. You got so many fighters at 154. Yeah, Austin Trout, of course, which we was going to talk about him, just knocked out Joey Hernandez in impressive fashion. But, yeah, man, it's a lot of talent at 154. So we're going to see because obviously these dudes at 154, the majority of them, not really knocking on David Lemieux, but like Mickey's saying, the majority of the talent is at 154, not at 160.
Right.
So that's so we'll see. So Mickey, let's go ahead and get into the undercard, man. Your team repping TMT. It was a huge event, and the first thing I want to say, because I was there watching the fight live, as well as Mickey Bay, and I remember about I will say maybe 3 or 4 fights before the main event, I heard security. They were saying it looks pretty empty in here. This is not good because usually it'll be filled up by now. And all of a sudden, right before the main event, all of a sudden that entire arena just filled up. It was unbelievable. You just seen people pouring in there. So I mean, just Mickey Bay, talk about the atmosphere and how historic is this, man? 49-0. Your boy Floyd Mayweather does it. Just talk about that, man. The experience.
Well, really, I thought it was a good fight for one. You know, it was pretty good. There was some action in the fight. It was a good fight. It was a real good atmosphere. Like, you know, I think this is the first time it probably wasn't a riot or something after the fight, one of Floyd's last fights. And people pretty much got the routine. Like, you know, they know to come in with Floyd fights. They kind of look at it like, especially the people on the ring side, you know, they like to come right before he fights. But that whole card was good. Of course, Badou, you know, he pulled off the upset. They had him the underdog.
Huge upset. Yeah.
And he even put him on the canvas. So that was good. And then it was a good fight. The Salido and Martinez fight.
Yeah.
That was
what did you think about fight. What did you think about that decision? A lot of people thought, or are saying that they thought that Salido should have got the decision. It was a draw, Salido versus Martinez.
Probably so, yeah, he probably could have definitely got it because I heard the other dude complain about the weight, about his weight, you know, saying that he was going to move up, you know, and I welcome him inside the ring if he want to get on too. So, you know, I'm just throw that out there too.
That's what it is. That'll be a good look.
He looked like a skeleton. I've seen him, and I'm like, man, but it was such a good fight. That's the type of fight that I would love to, you know, the kind of fight I would love to fight. Somebody with heart, somebody that, you know, that come to fight. You know, even though I gotta, you know, I'm not a born fighter. You know, I'm a technical fighter, but I still like to be in, you know, action fights. But opponent like that would be good to tangle with, and then. Each fight is the only one that I missed. I heard about it.
You said which fight? You missed whose fight? Whose fight did you miss?
Eshae Smith.
Okay. Yeah. That was.
Yeah, Eshae Smith. I missed that one. But you know, I heard it was a good fight. You know, Vardez is tough. We know that. You know, speaking of Larkin, you know.
Yeah.
The fight that he gave Charlo, I was there to see that fight.
Yeah. I mean, and that's
Floyd. But I think that Floyd fought a good fight. He fought smart, and I'm gonna give Berto his pop. You know, I seen him after the fight, and you know, told him like, man, I want to see that Berto against somebody else.
Exactly.
You know, if he looked like he did.
Excellent point.
You know, that was still the best. You know, that was Floyd he was fighting, so he can't forget that. Floyd is so comfortable in the ring. It's like a kid. You know, playing Legos, like he's been doing it for so long, literally since he was a baby in the crib. You know, he got the best teacher in the game. You know, I trained with Senior too, but I could only imagine training with him since I was in the crib, 1 year old. You know, going on 39. It's like he earned 3 PhDs pretty much.
Absolutely, and it's like it resurrected his career too, right? I mean, having a performance that he lost, but it was a competitive fight. So that kind of resurrected his career too, right, Mickey Bay?
Oh, definitely. I'd love to see him fight. I would like to see him fight somebody like maybe Danny Garcia or somebody like that. I think would be a good fight.
Broner, I think any of those fights would be very entertaining.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that one right there would be a perfect fight, him and Broner.
AB versus AB. Yeah, that'll be dope.
Right. I didn't even think of that, yo.
Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, that would be dope. So, AK, ain't heard from you in a minute, man. Let me go ahead and ask you, man. So, were you surprised? Because I know I was a little surprised, AK, the fact that Floyd Mayweather, and I was going to talk about more of the undercard fights first, but since we already talked about Mayweather, we'll be all over the place. So, AK, Andre Berto, who was a huge underdog, he comes in there. And even though Floyd Mayweather won the majority of the rounds, it seemed like it was that sense of danger in there where you just seemed like it was just one punch away from the fight changing. You know, you could see the respect that Floyd Mayweather had for Andre Berto. He wasn't, you know, when he fought against Canelo Alvarez, you could just tell there was a sense that Floyd Mayweather was controlling the pace, and nothing wrong, nothing bad was gonna happen. You know, at least not for Floyd Mayweather. Something bad was gonna happen to Canelo, but nothing bad was gonna happen to Floyd Mayweather. You just can tell that there was that confidence. Floyd Mayweather, this is another typical dominant performance by Floyd Mayweather, and there's really nothing Canelo could do to change the fight. But in this fight, I felt that Andre Berto, he always looked like he was only a punch away from changing things. And there was that respect that Floyd Mayweather was giving him. AK, speak on that. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, Floyd Mayweather was, to be honest, he was just too comfortable in there. And, you know, when he was boxing early on, Andre Berto couldn't land a thing, but when he started, when Floyd Mayweather Sr. told Floyd Mayweather to apply pressure, you know, and basically go for the knockout, that's when I think it was like the 5th or 4th round, I can't remember, when Floyd Mayweather started pressing the action. That was like the only time that you felt the danger that Berto might land a shot here and there, and he actually landed a few shots,
he landed
but that was about it. Mm-hmm. But he never really, had Floyd Mayweather. He came close to hitting Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, and Floyd Mayweather looked fantastic, especially at his age. 38 or 39.
38,
looking the way he did is just too impressive. I mean, you got to think about it. What great fighter like Ali, Frazier, Leonard Sugar Robertson at age 38 looked like that,
Mm-hmm.
And Andre Berto, it ain't no slack. He was a former champion. And the way he dominated him, I mean, he said he's going to retire, but even if he come back and he have another fight, ain't nobody out there messing with him, man. I'm telling you, he looked too sharp from round 1 to round 12.
Yeah, for a 38-year-old man to look like that. Go ahead, boxing baby.
I agree, and I was looking at a different fight. I didn't see where Andre Berto was giving him. He could have gave him some danger. He was one punch away, and I didn't see. With disrespect to Andre Berto, he's a former champion. Much respect to him. I didn't see whether his career was resurrected either. He looked like typical Andre Berto to me. It's just that he was in there with a legend with Floyd Mayweather, but I don't even see him. I personally don't see him beating any of the elite guys out there now. I think he's had his run in boxing. And I'm just looking at how he looked against Josefito Lopez. He was losing every round, so he got caught him with the right hand. I don't see him being able to step in there with the big dogs at welterweight. I won't even name Adrian Broner because he's not at 147. He's trying to take over 140. So
that's a good point.
I don't see him beating Keith Thurman. Damn sure don't see him beating Errol Spence. None of them.
Oh no.
I don't see. I think he looks like typical Andre Berto.
And when I use the word resurrection, I'm mainly talking about just him getting more opportunities to get big fights. Meaning, like, before the Mayweather fight, it looked like his career was close to him fighting nothing but tomato cans, fighting on ESPN, and not making money. I guess I'm talking about financially he resurrected his career. But you're right. I mean, I don't see him beating the Errol Spences, the Keith Thurmans, or even Danny Garcias, but that'll give him a payday to where it'll look better on their resume. If Danny says, you know what, I'm going to fight Berto next, it ain't going to look as bad now, So that's the resurrection I was referring to. But I agree.
Yeah, like he'd probably be like the gatekeeper.
There you go.
Like, somebody you throw in to see what a guy like
to gauge
Danny, to see where Danny is at and stuff like that.
Because he's a good name. He's a former champion. He had the green belt that Floyd has right now, so it's no disrespect in fighting Andre Berto. But did he look like anything different? No, I think he looked just like typical Berto. He couldn't figure out his timing. He couldn't figure out his accuracy. The only time he landed a couple of punches is when Floyd decided to plant his feet and stand in front of him and trade. And even to me,
I'll tell you where he made a mistake, though.
I think Floyd outbanged him as well. I think Floyd was outbanging him.
No, he was.
But to me,
go ahead, babe.
To me, Berto, I could tell his preparation was different this fight because, he didn't have shaky legs, and that's really what I meant. Like, he didn't look shocked this fight, but he still made a lot of the same mistakes. Berto loaded up with every single punch he threw.
Yeah.
Like, literally every punch he threw, and Floyd see punches coming as it is. So, with Berto, he tried to load up with every shot. Like, he didn't throw anything like just with Floyd, you can't load up because he already see the punch coming anyway. So.
Yeah.
It's, you got to mix it up, like hot and cold if you want to get something up. You can't just one at a time, two at a time. Everything was like one tempo. Like, it's like a picture if they just throwing he didn't switch it up to a curveball, this, that, different speeds. He left it one speed. Everything was like a whole lot of force on every shot, and Floyd saw that a mile away.
Mm-hmm. No, that's.
I'm glad he got the payday, though. I'm glad Berto got the money. And why I say that is because if you name all the fighters Floyd could have fought, he's the one boxer who never called out Floyd Mayweather. Not one time do I remember him calling him out, wanting to fight him. They were supposed to fight before, but then he got upset by Victor Ortiz. He just never called him out, and I respect him for that. And I think he deserves the money. And he got his biggest payday. And, like you said, now he can fight other people. He probably won't win.
Right.
He'll get money, and then they'll get a good name on their resume.
And
so respect him for that.
And
he got with him, getting that payday.
And he got $4 million. I mean, he didn't have to go on Survivor, you know what I mean, and sit in the damn jungle for months and months to get $1 million. He got $4 million for 12 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. So no matter what happened in the future, he good, right? Sure.
Oh, man, I'll put it like this, not to put his business out, but Berto made a ton of money before this. This something that I know for a fact. Like, Berto really, like, you'd be surprised how many millions Berto made.
Wow.
Like, I ain't gonna, put his, but if you see how much he made, that'll show how great Al Heyman is. I'll just tell you that.
Yeah, that's a good, Mickey, that's a good point.
Yeah, Berto is up. Berto is way up before this fight, like way up.
And I saw him at the rehab pool party afterwards, and he was chilling. I ain't mad at him.
Man, listen, he made under $1 million since like 2006 or 7.
Wow.
Well, he was a champion for a while, so respect to him.
Yeah, all of his fights.
Once again, what Mickey Bay, what you just say, it tells people what Al Heyman is doing for these fighters. Not only are the fans happy, but the fighters are happy. That's win-win on both sides.
Listen. You never saw this in history where you got 200 guys that's happy, win or lose. Look at Guerrero. Usually a promoter threw his number away and forgot about him.
Yeah.
He lost to Keith Thurman and fought on NBC again before Keith Thurman fought.
Yeah, that's an excellent point.
And he's finna fight Danny Garcia, so, Al's doing the best thing that, I've been following boxing since I go back to the 1800s in boxing, and nothing ever happened like this on the business side ever in history.
No.
A guy like that. And I'm just proud to be from the same neighborhood as Al.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So you just brought it up. You just brought it up. Is that fight close to being made? Garcia versus Guerrero?
Yeah, I heard some stuff about it. It's not a guarantee, but
they're talking
I heard a lot of things about it, so I think it'll probably end up happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to see Danny step it up a little bit. Like, Danny, I don't think he cherry-picked like people always try to say, because he did fight some good fighters. Yeah. But I think Guerrero, that's kind of like, I don't really like that fight.
Maybe I got to disagree a little bit. I think that, I don't know if people call him a cherry picker. You got to go down Danny's resume. It doesn't matter how he looked in the ring. It's the fact that he's...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right. He definitely not a cherry picker.
This is only his second fight at 147. Let him go into the division a little bit. Let him fill it out. Robert Guerrero is a good name.
I agree. He's
not a finished opponent. I respect Danny Garcia. It doesn't matter if I like his fighting style. I think he's fought the best of the best, and he's only going to get better.
Yeah.
For sure. I definitely give him his props. Yeah, I just don't like that fight with Guerrero.
Danny steps up to welterweight and damn near got a better resume than people who've been at welterweight to their whole pro career.
Exactly.
He got a middleweight.
You know what I'm saying? Eric Morales.
Yeah.
Yeah, he done fought a lot of people for sure. Yeah, he definitely got a nice. He knocked Amir Khan out. He fought Lamont.
All these top 10 fighters,
and then
once again, we have Triple G who ain't fought a top 10 fighter yet. So much respect to Danny Garcia for doing that.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
I mean, and see, that's what was good about Al Heyman, though. See, once again, I keep telling people, Al Heyman, he's trying to make boxing pretty much mainstream, kind of like the NBA and the NFL.
Exactly.
He's got all these fighters together, and as soon as he gets these fighters signed, he puts them in there pretty tough, but he doesn't force them or he doesn't protect them. Look at, like I said, Berto versus Sean Porter. Who would have ever? Broner versus Sean Porter. Who would have ever expected we would get a fight like that on free TV, right? And that's soon.
Right.
And that's soon. Yep. So I know. So now you got this circle: Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. You got Sean Porter. You got Errol Spence coming up. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, man, Al Heyman is about to put all these fighters together, and we are going to see some '80s type stuff. And most of it is going to be on free TV.
Oh yeah.
So.
And the most important thing is these fighters are making money. That's I mean, cause
that's the key.
Look at Saad Muhammad. Saad Muhammad was a man who gave his all every time he stepped in the ring, and he died with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're going to have these fighters making money, keeping their money, and that's, to me, what's the most important thing, because they're giving their all when they step in the ring. And he's paying these fighters.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's important. Not the promoters. He's paying the boxers. So those are the ones that matter.
Moose, I'm glad you said that because people don't understand that. People say, "Oh, why this?" That's why I don't knock dudes like Danny or any other fighter that you can't fight a hard fight every fight. It's like the NBA or the NFL. They don't play hard teams every game, and it's impossible to fight a hard fight every fight.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
This sport is so hard. I love every time I see a fighter get a good payday. Whether I know him personally or not, it felt like I won because, man, this is a hard sport, and I see 90-some% of fighters broke and punch drunk. Mm-hmm. I won't even be disrespectful to say that word because I'm a fighter, but their health is bad after boxing. Like, it's wear and tear, and it's depressing, man. Like, and people don't know a lot of stuff that happened on the business side of this game. The ring is the easiest part for us fighters. It's the business and a lot of the sharks and the politics and the leeches. That's what really tear these fighters apart. Like, nobody wants you to get help, like, outside of the ring, and that's why it's always bad scenarios because you don't have to graduate high school to be a good fighter.
Absolutely.
And when you even try to get an attorney or anything or somebody to help you invest, promoters want you to rely on them to make money. And, they'll suck you dry and spit you out.
Yeah, sound like the music industry.
So this circle that we in, the Al, Floyd, I ain't gonna point a name out and say who's doing it, but I've been around the game to see for myself and to see stuff happen to certain fighters, and it's just ridiculous. Like I mean, Al's doing something great, like you said, Dante. I think that it should be more like a league, and it should be. If it was up to me, it'll only be PBC. That's it.
Yeah, of course. You got the NBA, the NFL, and PBC. That and
you got NFL, NBA, MLB, and PBC.
There you go. Go ahead, Boxing Ego.
Man, I look at it like this. Al Heyman is getting a lot of hate. He got the bulls on his back because he flipped the game. Where other people, it was all about, like Mickey was saying, it's all about the promoter getting their in, and then the fighter gets the scraps. Al Heyman is making the fighters they're the real estate, you know what I'm saying? And he's giving them the proper paydays and stuff. I don't know if you have a Nugget, the grocery store in Las Vegas.
You said the Nugget?
No, I don't think we do.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Well, we got it out in California, and it was a top 50 grocery store, and they looked at it, and it was because of how the Nugget treated their employees. That's really why they got there was other grocery stores that were paying more, and they were like not treating their employees right. So all of a sudden, people like the Nugget because how they're being treated, and the fighters aren't used to this treatment. It's like you guys are saying, it's a brutal business. The Australian fighter, the featherweight, just lost his life, Davy Brown, and he died. He got knocked out in the 12th round and never recovered, went on life support. People don't get to see that. You know what I'm saying? So everyone wants to play matchmaker and say, oh, why does Danny Garcia not take this fight? And they don't even know the business. Why does he not fight Ruslan? They don't know Ruslan's with banner boxing. They're like, why don't he fight Maidana? They don't know Maidana gained 200 pounds and was chilling and considering retiring. So fans, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's funny, man, because when I think about the hate towards Al Heyman, all the power that he has with signing all these fighters, I always think about that one scene in the Malcolm X movie when Denzel, he marched all them guys up to the prison because that dude had just got beat by the police. And the cop, what did he say? He said, that's too much power for one man.
That's too much power for one man.
Yeah. I always think about that, man.
When he pointed his
we knew what he
finger
meant.
and everybody turned.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. We knew what he meant when he said that. Yeah.
I got to speak on the Mayweather-Berto, too, because I didn't get to say my little 2 cents. My 2 cents is this. Mayweather's just a wizard in there, and people got to just accept it. It is what it is. Berto is a 2-time champion, and Mayweather limited him to 17% of his shots, and Mayweather 68%.
Unbelievable.
Connect. You know what I'm saying? And people all, are quick to shit on Berto, but look at Berto versus Guerrero. Both of them, their eyes look like fortune cookies, all swollen and busted up. But you look at Mayweather-Berto, and it's a different league because Mayweather knows the science. Like, he has really perfected it down to a formula. People keep shitting on Berto. People shitting on Berto, and then the fighter of the decade, Manny Pacquiao, threw 2 less punches than Berto.
Wow. Wow.
So I don't know. Berto landed 495 punches. Or he threw 495, he landed 83. So Berto actually landed more, so he was at least trying. Pacquiao landed less. So you could believe a shoulder injury or whatever the situation, but facts are facts. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And Floyd's 68% to 17. I mean, he's continually doing this. Pacquiao landed 71, Berto landed 83. That's not luck.
Say what?
It's not Berto. It doesn't matter who he fights. It's not Berto. It could have been Keith Thurman. It could have been anybody. Until he stays and loses, then they'll be happy. And then they're going to say, well, damn, he should have retired years ago. I mean, I can go back to Muhammad Ali when he came back to fight Holmes. They say he should have left after Frazier. You can't satisfy these fans.
No.
It doesn't matter who they still want to complain until he stays too long and loses. Then they're going to say, well, damn, he should have retired years ago. That's just how they are.
But boxing.
If you put Berto in with Porter or anybody, it's going to at least be competitive, even if Porter beats him or whatever. But when you get Mayweather in with these guys like Canelo, like look at it like this. They said Cotto was damaged goods. They said Canelo, he was too young. Now they're both fighting each other, and it's a mega fight.
Now it's a mega fight
this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Canelo was too green just in 2002 or 2012 when they fought. You know what I'm saying? So it has to show you something. This is Mayweather that's making these boys look like that.
Of course.
It's not like they're not good.
Oh, it definitely is.
Other things can't, like, if you fight other guys, it's not going to be competitive. It's the fact of he's a wizard in there. He knows what he's doing, and he limits the guys.
You hit it on the nose earlier. You said the best thing, period. And that's what I always say. It's the science, period. He perfected the science.
Yeah. And not only
don't
that.
realize, too,
Go ahead, Ego.
I just got to say this real quick. The thing people don't realize is if you want it out of him, like, he's not going to fight your type of fight. You got to force him to fight your type of fight. Mike Donna didn't give a fuck. He was like, if I get knocked out or whatever, a gang of punches. He tried to bully him. He tried to use his size advantage in the first fight. He tried to smother him. He tried to hit him with unorthodox shots. That's what you have to do. You have to be like De La Hoya in the early first 5 rounds. You have to be like Cotto, keep a jab out there. He's not going to fight your fight because you want him to. Like, hey, make this easy for me. But if he's making it easy on himself, he's going to do that.
But
it's your job, your obligation to bring that dog out of him if that's what you want.
But
but it still shows you how great he is. Even fighting those type of fights, he still only was limited to win like 2 or 3 rounds. That shows you how great he is.
Of course.
That still didn't work.
Hey, but check this.
Like 2 or 3 rounds.
But check this out, though, guys. But Boxing Ego, it's not just Floyd Mayweather that's not going to conform to his opponent. If you really think about it, no fighter really does that. No fighter conforms. Oscar De La Hoya, he talks a lot of this stuff now, but when Oscar fought Tito Trinidad, all of a sudden, his game plan to win that fight was to move the entire night. He didn't care what fans thought. He was like, I'm going to win this fight. I don't care what nobody think. I'm going to win it the way I want to win it because this dude is a hard puncher, and I'm seeing him knock motherfuckers out back to back. I'm going to box, and I don't care what nobody say because at the end of the day, when you in that ring, all that matters is that you win. And the fans that support you, they don't care how you win. They want you. Like when Oscar De La Hoya ran from Trinidad, the De La Hoya fans today, they never say he ran. They say he won that fight. They didn't even care.
Because I ain't gonna lie, De La Hoya was my guy back then, and I was like, I thought he won, and I just think it was the 12th round, the way, I still thought he won no matter what, because, Trinidad really didn't hit him, and he hit Trinidad a lot, so I thought he won, but it's like you said, you got to fight, you got to take away the advantages of the other fighter, according to how they fight.
And Dante, to add to your point, you always got to look at it. There's always an opposite end of the spectrum. If Mayweather is the sweet science guy, the genius, the fluid mover, then look at a guy like maybe like a Ruslan Provodnikov, who's almost all action, all offensive. Then I could say the same thing about him. Why was he letting Lucas Matisse bomb on him and taking all the shots with his face instead of like moving a bit more, some head movement, using some defense? So I mean, you got to fight like you said. You have to fight your type of fight. Ruslan isn't. He's not going to move. He's not going to. His MO is to try to destroy you with his power and come forward.
Absolutely.
So, same thing with Mayweather. If Mayweather can dodge a shot, why is he going to go toe-to-toe and have a stupid slugfest with guys 15 pounds bigger than him, and he doesn't have to, and he's clearly beating you regardless? That's stupid. The object is to win, like you said.
Yeah, like in football, you ain't going to keep doing the same play if you know the defense already expects you to do that play. You're going to do something different, right? I mean, that's just...
Using football, if you have the lead and it's the fourth quarter and there's only a minute left on the clock, you're probably going to kill the clock. You know what I'm saying? You're going to bleed that clock. You're going to make them burn out their timeouts. That's what you're going to do in football because it's a strategy. You're not going to be like, no, when we don't have to, let me possibly get intercepted by throwing a deep pass when we're already up a touchdown.
Exactly.
You see, the thing is, world-class fighters know when to box, they know when to bang, they know when to move. Floyd does. If you watch all his fights, he doesn't fight them all just one way. He does different things in the fight. He might bang some rounds. He might box some rounds because he's just that great. And you think he's running, but he's not because he makes the person look just so amorous.
They know he's not running. They just like to say that. They know it ain't running.
I mean, come on. Look at Canelo. It was points in the Canelo fight when he was walking. He was backing Canelo up, and he was like 17 pounds more than him.
Of course.
But today I'll talk about that, though.
That goes back to my point earlier. If you wanted the dog out of him, want him to throw more punches, have that Maidana Cotto approach where they force, you know what I mean? Oh, my nose is bleeding. Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you'll get that type of Floyd. But, I mean, he's going to pot shot you to death. He's going to frustrate you, use his legs, use his head, you know what I'm saying, the ring side. He's going to fuck you up all angles.
Which
you know what I'm saying? And if it's working, then why would you stop doing something that's working? That's like me telling you, hey, Dante, stop your radio show. Even though you're getting subscribers from it and people are knowing you from the radio show, just stop it. Because I can't catch up to you. You know
exactly. No, like I tell people all the time, man. You know, you can't. It's like a video game. You can't tell Floyd Mayweather, "Hey, I'm gonna fight you, but can you please put it on easy mode for me, Floyd Mayweather?" No, it don't work that way. It's gonna be on. It's gonna be on hella extreme difficulty mode when you get in there, right? So you can't beat the game. If you can't beat the game on the hardest level, then that's what it is. Blame yourself. You know, so that's that.
But it's just funny how the opponents get bad mouth until they're in other fights. You know what I mean? If Berto were to fight Broner or whoever, you know what I mean, people wouldn't be dogging the fight like that. Canelo, like I said earlier, Canelo, that's a mega fight. Everyone's like, yeah, I can't wait. But a couple years ago, after Mayweather won, Cotto was damaged goods, and he ain't been the same since Harper.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Canelo, he's too green. He's too flat-footed. Why do you want to see him fight Cotto then? One's damaged goods, one's too flat-footed.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, before he fought Floyd, they said that he was bigger than Floyd and he was going to put Floyd on his ass. That's what they were saying in the gyms. I was bigger.
Yeah.
They had Canelo winning the fight or knocking him down.
Floyd was ducking Canelo. Floyd was ducking Canelo before the fight was signed.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as the fight got signed, they had excuses for why Floyd was going to win the fight.
The story always, I remember reading an article like, Canelo knocking out sparring partners. He's hitting the heavy bag. And then the fight came. And then people just like switched up. He was too young. What happened to him knocking out the sparring partners?
Absolutely. Hey, but before we run out of time, I got to make sure I give shots out and congratulations to Badou Jack the Ripper, because this is a hell of a comeback, man. You talking about a guy who got knocked out in the first round a couple fights back. He comes back, he defeats the undefeated Anthony Durrell, and now he beats George Groves. Man, this is a hell of a turnaround for his career, you know. So
he stepped it up.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Badou Jack, man. I mean, and then there's a lot of pressure. Mickey Bay will tell you there's a lot of pressure coming out that Mayweather gym. You know, people just expecting just because you at that gym, you know, for you to be winning, for you to be doing this and doing that. I mean, this is pretty big, ain't it, Mickey Bay?
Oh, it's huge. He was the underdog in both fights. And people still dogged him even after the Anthony Durrell fight because, they found excuses for that. So this time it's like, okay, now, you know, he pretty much put a stamp on the, in that division. You know, that him and Andre Ward are the two top dogs in that division, period.
Yeah, nobody will doubt him anymore. And another fight I want to talk about, because I was really impressed by this heavyweight who just got another first-round knockout. And I'm telling you, man, this guy right here is making the heavyweight division shine right now. This is one of the main guys who's shining in the heavyweight division, and that is your boy Anthony Joshua. I'm really liking what I'm seeing, man. I'm really liking. He fought against Gary Cornish, knocked him out. Another undefeated fighter. Guy was 6'7". He was taller than Anthony Joshua. What I like about this is we often see tall fighters fight tall, like, you know, like Klitschko or someone like that, but we don't know how they're going to deal with someone taller than them. Will they be able to adjust? Will they be able to fight like the short fighter? You know, and I think Anthony Joshua, man, he showed that he could adjust, you know, with the best of them. You know, he looked like Mike Tyson in there. You know, he was throwing hooks off of Cornish's jab, and I was really impressed. And I can't wait to see this dude in the future. Of course, he wants Wilder. I mean, now you got all these big names. You got Wilder, you got Klitschko, you got Anthony Joshua, you know, you got Ortiz, Andy Ruiz, my bad. Yeah, you got a lot of fighters out. Joseph Parker, and another guy, Dylan White, who was on that undercard. He's another undefeated fighter, another knockout artist, and he's gonna fight Anthony Joshua in December. I believe it's December 12th. Don't quote me on that. But go ahead.
Plug for my Bay Area 707. Gerald Washington is going to be on PBC. He's fighting Amir Mansour, I believe, in October. So shout out to the
What's his record? What's his record? Or do you know? The dude who's fighting Amir Mansour.
Yeah, he's fighting Amir Mansour.
Gerald.
Yeah, he was on PBC recently too.
Okay. Also, that sounds like another good fight. Amir Mansour, another one. And like you said, man, I'm telling you, man, the heavyweight division is coming together,
and
man.
See, that's good for PBC. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
PBC to see some heavyweight action, like two guys with some power, and I don't know. Because that's what boxing needs. Deontay Wilder's coming up on PBC too. I don't know his opponent though.
Miss Boxing Baby and Mickey, I want to start off with you guys. Who do you guys think is the future of the heavyweight division? Like, who's the closest to the next Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield when it comes to the heavyweights?
I don't know if I can compare anybody to those.
I know that's a tough question.
I'm going to have to say that I think yes, that's tough, especially with Holyfield and Bowe. But I'm going to have to say my two right now top are, I'm not going to count Klitschko because he's a legend. He's on his way out the door.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Joshua and Wilder. I like what I see so far.
Yeah,
they have some flaws. They got flaws they have to fix, but I'm liking what I see.
So that's
I think the same here. For some reason, it seems like I'm missing somebody, but I got a brain fart. It seems like there's somebody I saw in that division that.
Well, if Tyson Fury
I'm missing.
Klitschko, I mean that'll be good for his career.
Yeah, you said what's
I don't
that?
see him. I'm gonna go with Klitschko on that one. He gonna have to catch Klitschko. And after Stewart taught him how to fight tall, it's really hard to catch him. Like he's just.
I'm gonna tell you somebody else that's decent in that division. He might not be a big puncher, but the dude Jennings, Brian Jennings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he fought Klitschko a good fight that had that little experience. If he would have like pressed him a little more, he would have probably beat him. Because Klitschko couldn't take his pressure. He kept holding him. You know, the ref let him hold him all night. So I think Jennings is a real athletic, smaller heavyweight. I think that him and even the other guy, I haven't seen him in a minute, but, Povetkin is the Russian guy.
Klitschko knocked out. Yeah.
Povetkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a good test for like a, Joshua.
Even Wilder, yeah.
So I throw Jennings in there too. So I think that he'd be, because he's like a lightweight in the heavyweight's body. Like, he
looks like Evander
a couple
Holyfield.
times.
Got the same body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Evander
Holyfield had more skills, but that's what reminds me of his body.
Yeah.
And what happened to Wilson? Is he retired, David Hayes, like completely?
You know what? They keep going back and forth with David Hay. I don't know, man. But yeah, that's
so
what
he got that $1 trillion he got against Klitschko.
yeah. But he was scheduled to fight Tyson Fury a couple times and he pulled out. And so and then I don't know why. And I thought he would beat Tyson Fury. So I don't know what happened with that. But yeah, but another heavyweight is I'm looking at right now Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder as two of the best right now. But you also have a Cuban fighter who's really good, and a lot of people are turning down fights that he's trying to. Luis Ortiz. A lot of people are turning down fights against Ortiz right now. Matter of fact, your boy Brian Jennings, which is another special fighter. But, reports, Brian Jennings just turned down a fight with him, and it was someone else. Who else just turned down a fight? Someone else just turned down a fight with, Berman Stavern. They tried to, matter of fact.
He must be a beast.
He a beast.
That's why he turned it down.
Right.
Yeah.
Have money for it. That's why he turned it down.
It could be. I mean, because the risk has to be worth it. The money has to be worth the risk. So.
Right. But that shows he can fight. If they think it's a risk, then that just shows that he's a good fighter.
The best way to put it, Mickey. That's the best way to put it right there. And like I said, Berman Stavern. This was actually going to be a fight on Golovkin's undercard. It was going to be Luis Ortiz versus Berman Stavern. At one point, they had both agreed, and then at the last minute, Don King decided to change his mind. So, but yeah, man, these are the guys right here, man. So yeah, we down to what we got left, George. We down to we down to the last 2 minutes. So these are the fights.
I got a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
Do you think Mayweather will come back for a 50th fight and beat the record? Go.
Hell to the yeah. I say hell to the yeah. Mickey. Well, Mickey, no. Mickey, tell us. Go ahead and tell us. We ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yeah, what you say? Repeat your question.
Do you think
Mayweather will come back for the 50th?
Mayweather's 50th fight? Is he coming back or not?
I mean, I pretty much know what's up, but I'm gonna rock with him now and just keep it silent. But all I'm gonna say is like both of y'all said earlier, Floyd is sharp. He's still, because really youth is not in the age, especially now. It's in the the punishment that you took. And Floyd is still, if he wanted to, he got a good 4 or 5 fights in him. But
woo!
Like easy, and that's being like, I mean, he probably got more, to be honest with you, but I don't see no sign of like him slowing down. Like he's just getting better than me. So
he's getting better in fine line, but I say no because they don't appreciate him anyway, and they don't deserve him. That's the only reason why I say no.
Right, but see, I think it's about him though. It's for him. Like forget like thinking about whether people don't it's history. Floyd is all about history. So to break that 49. I mean, read between the lines, like that is, of course I gotta be, I can't let all the cat out the bag. You gotta think about it, like, as good as he is, it ain't hard to. But if I was him, I said what I would do if I was him. I would just fight one more. That's it.
One more, and that's it.
That's it. One more. That's it.
I think Floyd likes to defy the critics. You know what I'm saying? People say he can't do something. I think he wants to defy. So I think.
You can't.
And remember, and
take him a year off.
And just always remember, there's a distinction between the real boxing fans, the experts, the trainers, the boxers, versus the decavs, the dumb casual ass fans on the internet. So it don't really matter what all these ignorant, people are saying on the internet, like, oh, he's this and he's that. We only talking about real people. Like, what is Nacho Beristain saying? He's saying he's the Jordan of the sport. Felix Tito Trinidad said that he's top 2 greatest of all time. Oscar De La Hoya said after he beat Shane Mosley, he may be the greatest of all time. But before I run out of time, let me ask everybody this question because we pretty much out of time. So who's going to be pound for pound number 1 now that Floyd Mayweather retired? Go ahead, somebody throw it out there.
Jr.
Aerosmith. No, I mean right now. Yeah. Who's number 1 right now? Right now.
I mean, I would say Andre Ward, even though he didn't.
Me too.
Of course, right now.
Yeah, Andre.
Yeah, I would say Ward because he got one of the most underrated resumes in boxing. Like he beat a whole bunch of good fighters. Like he got the best resume.
Yeah, it's Andre Ward, no doubt.
They got to move him better than what they moving him. He is too great to be sitting right
No, but he got to get them to fight. He got to get them to fight. Now he calling
him and Kovalev will probably end up fighting by sometime next year. That's gonna be a great fight.
Oh yeah. And then after he beat Kovalev, they still gonna tell him not to fight Golovkin. Go ahead, Ego.
No, I think.
Oh, because Robin ain't going. He gonna stay away from Andre
He's
Ward.
gonna call out Floyd Mayweather the 1-2 class underneath him. That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah. All right, guys. Go. We got to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. We running out of time, man. But once again, man, I want to say thanks to all my panel, Boxing Ego, Miss Boxing Baby, a.k.a. Rap King, who was a little quiet today, and my man Mickey Bay, lightweight champion. I'm your boy Dante. It's the nation, baby. We see you next week.